Check 1 2. Check 1 2. All right. So I am going to welcome you here. It's kind of big. So welcome you here this morning to this tutorial that I'm going to do showing the mobilization report form and how that form is to be used with the mobilization department going forward. And so let me share my screen with you. And sharing the screen with you. First of all, in the mobilization report is the new way that we're reporting our numbers across the organization so that Alvin can put together a report for his board meetings. And so I'm going to share this with you, the link. I'm going to be sending you an email as well as the link in video tutorial on how to put all these things together. So let me just pull the email up with the report. All right. So this is the mobilization quarterly report form. It's now on the smart sheet. For those of you that may have used the smart sheet before, you're familiar with it and how the smart sheet works. If you were approving associates, for those of you that have not used this smart sheet and this is your first time, hopefully this video will be helpful for you. So this is the mobilization quarterly report form. Each city director and ministry leader, including the Oaks and LACS, will need to go in to fill this report out. This report is data that is collected and gathered for the calendar year and not the fiscal year. And so we're looking at the calendar year of 2018, and we're looking at 2 quarters, from January to June, and then from July to December. Those are the 2 reporting periods that we're looking at. So if you need to go back, look at your goal span, go back, look at your reports and journals and different things like that to gather your data and information, please do so. But we want to be as accurate as possible so that Alvin can have reliable numbers when he's reporting back to the board. And it's really simple to fill out. Every field will have a red asterisk by it, which means that must be filled in. You can't leave it blank. If you leave it blank, it will notify you and it won't submit until you have resolved that issue. So I'm going to start right here. So the submitter's name, of course, as an example, put in my email address, put in today's date, or the reporting period. So you have, again, December and June. Remember, June report period is January to June, and then the December reporting period is going to be all the numbers from July to December. And all of this is for 2018. Region, you can see the 3 regions there. So you're part of the West region, so you're reporting for the West region in your city. We have 2 sections for the initiatives. One has to do with UCA, CIAFUs, associates, licensed leadership. Then we have conferences or training events hosted within these quarters. And then we have the last section, there's 3 sections actually, Christian schools, camping, thrift stores, leadership homes, and mobile medical clinics or clinics. So I'm gonna go back up. Here we have UCA, CIAFUs, chapters, associates, and leadership, licensed leadership. So how many UCAs are in your area? So if I was the city director for Los Angeles and I was filling this out, I would look at my data to see how many UCAs I actually have. The good thing, an advantage for you, is that I've created a West Region Initiatives spreadsheet. And I'm going to be sharing this spreadsheet with all of our leaders so that you have access to it, so that you can fill it in real time and we can have the same updated numbers so that you don't have to send me numbers and I get 5, 6 different sheets that I have to then combine together. So I saw this as the best way and easiest way to track our numbers. And so there'll be a tab for Toomey Prison Fellowship sites, a tab for LA, Fresno, Oakland, San Diego, the Oaks, and then West Region top cities. This tab is for me, especially as I'm looking at the West region overall. So if I was the city director for Los Angeles, I have some tabs there that I started. You as the city director can add tabs or change the names of tabs that best suit you, but try and keep these tabs and the categories in these tabs that match our initiatives, okay? So for going back to the mobilization report, it says how many UCAs are in your area? Well, I can go to the West Region Initiative spreadsheet and I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I was the LA City Director, I would put 7 UCAs. How many people attend those UCA meetings? Well, we have to gather that data, but as I'm guessing and making an estimate, let's just say 100 people attend all those UCAs combined. How many churches are in your UCA? Let's say there are 30 churches in our UCAs in LA. How many associates do you have? 0. And I'm doing an example of a report from January to June. How many CIAFU chapters do you have? Let's say 2. How many attend? Let's say 5. How many World Impact staff did you license this quarter? 0. How many did you ordain? 0. How many non-World Impact staff did you license this quarter? 0. How many non-World Impact staff were ordained this quarter? 0. Then we go down to conferences or training events hosted this quarter. So did you host a CIAFU men's or women's leadership conference this quarter, or any mobilization leadership conference or training events through Toomey, possibly? So how many CIAFU conferences? So from January to June, there were 0 that LA hosted, which means there were 0 attendees. 0 women's conferences, which means there were 0 attendees. How many mobilization conferences did you host? So I know in May, the LA ministry hosted a conference called Empowering Urban Leaders in conjunction with UMI. So they could put 1 conference, and then there were about 40 people that attended that conference. How many open houses or pastors' roundtables did you host? So how many times did you take groups around to the ministry? Take them on tour of the ministry, had discussions about the ministry, showed them the ministry and what we do. So you can go back and look at your goal spans, go back and look at your calendars, maybe even some emails to see how many times you had groups that came through that you've hosted on tours of the ministry to talk about the ministry. So you can fill that in. So it's simple. You go through, read the different categories, answer the questions in numerical form. And once you have filled out all of these, and so the 3rd section, of course, is for the school, for the Oaks, and any leadership homes that we have. You fill those out. If it does not pertain to you, you need to put a 0, because if you leave it blank, again, it will not let you submit it. So for example, I'm leaving a lot of these blanks just for tutorial purposes. And so I'm going to ask for a copy of that report just so that I have it for my record. So I'm going to put my email there, and then I'm going to hit submit. Once I hit submit, that report goes to the National Executive Team office. That report is put in a spreadsheet and put together, and somebody's going to take that report, put it together for Alvin, so that Alvin can use it for his presentation to the board. So I submit, and again, the information you entered is incomplete or invalid because I left a lot of them blank, like I told you. So it'll come back and say required field. So if you did not fill in all of these categories, you will not be able to submit the form. Again, if it does not pertain to you, just put a 0. Once you have filled in all these fields, you hit submit and you are done. And then I need you to go back and then do a report from from July to December. There may be events that are happening before December ends, so just estimate those numbers for now. So I hope this is helpful for you. If you have any questions, feel free to call me, text me, or email me, or contact me anyway, and I can help walk you through it as well. All right? Hope this is good. Hope it's helpful. Hope that you're able to use this with ease in filling out that report. All right? Get started.